Okay, so PoE. Just gonna basically showcase my builds and how you can use pretty much any skill you want with it. Also, how things developed this league for me. I'll just say right off the bat though, yeah, I am still new to this game. I only started like the beginning of last league, and I didn't play enough. I'm pretty much more of a casual player. I just play if ever the days I'm off work, and I try to do most stuff on my own if possible, without looking into too many things or trading too many items. But yeah, I'm not that good at gaining currency. Maybe I should look online to find out how. But let me just anyway show you my Marauder, my Juggernaut Marauder in this ascendancy. So where are the gears? 9. So actually, let's go over the passive tree first. So I am a Juggernaut, and I got this first. Extra endurance charges, and then this, which when you're at max charges, you get 8% elemental damage reduction, and you get the extra damage. It's not that much, the extra damage, but the elemental reduction is quite a lot. I noticed quite a difference when I got this. The only downside to this is that you cannot use Mortal Core. So when it comes to physical damage, it would be best to hit 80% plus physical damage reduction. Mine right now with nothing is 62%, but once I've got 7 endurance charges because I helped Ulk in Merciless plus this, and I have not got all of them. I did not get this. There's no need for 8. I've got 90% already. Yeah, so it's 90%, and I don't use Arctic Armor either, which doesn't actually show in here anyway, but I don't use Arctic Armor. But yeah, so you can't use Mortal Core, but then you also get Unbreakable, which is your armor gets doubled, which is huge. I also made a Berserker, and I tested the exact same gears on, and it's something like 16% more reduction just off the bat, just off of this, without any increases. So I think it's about 16, could be more, not sure. But also you cannot be stunned, which is nice. And then you get the other armor notes as well, which does make a difference. But yeah, you don't even need a Mortal Core. 90% reduction. You don't need to use Granite Flasks. You don't need a Mortal Core. Them I don't know what, I forgot what monsters they're called. The ones that explode and the spikes hit you. You can kill a bunch of them. You're not gonna die. But yeah, so this is what I've gone for. So you need to keep up your endurance charges at all times, and you do need, 6-7 endurance charges, which can be a bit of a bother sometimes against bosses. So you have to sort of like take your time, because otherwise it's useless to get this note. You might as well get Unyielding or Unstoppable. I will possibly test it out and remove these two and try Unyielding or Unstoppable. But anyway, as the basic passive tree, it looks like this. I am level 92. This is the highest I've ever been. Last season I think I only made it to 85 or 86. But so I'll go over roughly where I went. It's a basic build, and you can use almost any melee skill you want. Almost. Some will be stronger than others, like for example Earthquake, as everyone probably already knows, is by far the strongest. It does have its weaknesses though, but I'll go over the skills after this. But this build basically works with almost any skill. So yeah, you go down here first, got Warrior's Blood up here, and then you go straight to Resolute Technique, and then you get Butchery. I mean, I don't know how needed this is, but I got it anyway. When you actually count up what it gives you for 3 points, you could get better thing like this. I believe these 3 might be more useful, but anyway, I took it. I'm not gonna refund it. I did not get these straight away. These I actually got very late. I wasn't really sure. I kind of went along with it as well, depending on what I need. It's good to note that when I play, I would ideally love to play hardcore. But because sometimes I get lag, or sometimes I play on Wi-Fi, you know, you lag and you die. When the lag's over, you're dead. So I very rarely die to anything else. So because I literally play like I'm playing hardcore, just to make it, you know, I like to challenge myself like that. Since I'm not actually playing hardcore, I treat it like hardcore. So I do sort of like adjust the build sometimes later on. But anyway, so resolute technique. I believe from there I went. Oh, I think I went down here and got Juggernaut. Just because this actually makes a fair difference early on in the game. The endurance challenges I did not get until very late. So after this, I think I went down here maybe and got Bloodless, and then from there I went up the tree to get more like life, intelligence, regen. I think one has armor, 20% armor. Again, intelligence, and these three notes, especially amplify, increased AoE and the damage. And then I got tireless, just because the reduction of mana means you only need one mana potion and you can just spam your skills all day long. Again, treating it like hardcore, I did not get many damage notes until later on. I think I went up here when I started to use auras and stuff. Both auras I used devotion and got the other 6% life. This I did not get till very late. This I did not get till later as well. But yeah, and then I just went down here. I actually did take both. Eventually, you realize you don't actually need this much damage. But yeah, you go up here. I went here just for the mana leech as well. I did not fill this out till later. Yeah, go up, get these life regen. These sorts of things help with blood rage. Yeah, and then fill this out and the rest, and then the endurance charges. I did not take this because I don't need it, and it's just one more endurance charge I need to keep up to get the 8%. I did have these notes until I bought my jewelry, but anyway, this is the basic outline. You can really play around with this tree. Honestly, you can take these notes, for example, if you want to take out some armor and resist. If you don't need them, take them out. You don't need these. You will still have or maybe if you did take these out, you probably would need the extra endurance charge to get 90% physical damage reduction. But yeah, barbarism, more life notes. I got these quite early, I think, as well, just because this makes a nice big difference. Gives you more resist. So when you're in merciless and you're trying to get your endgame gears, you can base them off of the resist that you actually have. I don't know how necessary this is. If I'm making any mistakes, by the way, feel free to correct me or teach me some things in the comments. I'm still learning so much about this game anyway. But yeah, this is a skill tree. It's fairly basic. It allows you to use any skill that you want. It's not for bleeding though, but you can make it bleeding. I also tried this. I have no refund points because I tried many things. I even tried this full wheel, but I realized you just take these, and you don't need to take these. Although it costs less, but this is the mana regen. Although I had mana leech on my gloves, which I recently changed, which you don't even need to get this mana leech, because 0.3 to 4 is more than enough on your gloves. For bandits, I helped Ulk for the 40 life. I then helped Kratin for the 8% attack speed, because I wasn't using... I just like attack speed. But probably you can even take any of the three you want. You can take the skill, or you can help Ulk. They're all good options. It's entirely up to you. But yeah, and then the rest is just like life notes and stuff. Nothing too out there. Some people take these elemental ones, but I don't use weapon elemental damage. And I prefer to save the notes for other things like HP. I've got 6.3k HP, and I'm not using Belly of the Beast or Calm's Heart. But anyway, so we'll go on to items. But before I do, let me just tell you. So I really wanted to make a a good Cyclone build. Or at least just use axes and use Cyclone as my single target or something. With the Conk effect and the hypothermia, because I was using Arctic armor for a while. And then after I become the Juggernaut, I realized my armor's so good I don't even need Arctic armor. So I was using axes. No, I did not have that first. I forgot what I was leveling with. I probably sold it, to be honest. But I was just... I had 4 links all the way up until doing yellow maps. I found this one. And I was using this for a very long time until I bought this item for something so cheap. I think 2 chaos or 3 chaos or something for this. And this literally lasted me until I went to buy what I thought was going to be my endgame item, which I ended up saving Exiles. I found 2 Exiles, and I also, what's his name? Cardio, whatever his name is, the guy that sells you stuff. He sold me a Shavs, which I sold for Exiles, and then on my first, and then I bought this. I bought it 6 link. I bought exactly like this for 2.5 Exiles or something, or 2 Exiles I think in total. And I think 2.5. Yeah, so 6 link. For me, I thought, well, this is my end game item. Great. But I was actually using, even with axes, I was using a 4 link with sweep, because I just love the skill sweep. So I was using that for my AoE, and then the Cyclone as single target. But anyway, so I bought this, and I played with this for a very long time, and then I worked on my other gears. I bought this not as a 6 link, it was just 1 socket when I bought this. I can't remember how much I bought it for, very cheap, no more than 15 chaos. And then I spent quite a few jewelers to get it 6 socket, and I saved up like 60 fuses to get it 5 link. I only needed the 5 link, to be honest. That's all I wanted. And then on the 13th fusing, I got 6 link. So I was like, wow, that's the first time I ever made a 6 link. So lovely jubbly. But yeah, my gears are not amazing. You can get better armors in this. You know, there are loads out there, especially if you have the currency or you're good at collecting currency. I'm not, so I don't easily get the currency for this. But anyway, this is good enough for me. The 6 link, I've never changed it since. This helmet I got later, I'll explain after, but the gloves, I got this later as well. I changed up some of my gears, I found these. But for Cyclone, and to keep faster attacks and Blood Rage, the dex and the intelligence needed for that and increased AoE was quite a lot. But the way I got it without having to take like these 2 notes or need any more, what I done was I found these. I kept looking for dex and intelligence. I was using like this, for example, one stuff that I just found along the way. I think this is one. I found a better one, but I've given that away now. And then I found this. I was using this up until this. This basically solved everything. I don't need any notes or anything in Dex Intelligence except to use a level 20 Blood Rage. That's this helmet, the Devoto's Devotion. It gives a large amount of dexterity. That allows me to run a level 20 Blood Rage. But I was using this helmet before. This helmet I bought for 1 chaos. Yep, 1 chaos. I crafted the armor onto it. Just because I just didn't really need the resists. And it's good to note that like stuff like this, 15 to all resistances, and then getting these notes, 3 and another 8 to fire here, another 3 to all here. It adds up, and it means that you actually need less resistances on your items. So yeah, the belt, I found this. I've never changed it since. This is a great belt. It's not top of the range, but you know, it's good. It's good. And once I got this mace, I was able to clear. And then this 6 link came very shortly after this. But obviously I made this one, I bought this one. And then I started, first time ever I was able to do it 0 runs. And I found that Mortal Hope or something that I sold for Exiles. So again, I had Exiles. And then Cardio, whatever his name, he also sold me an Exile. So I think this was the armor that I was using before, and I found this, which is nice as well. But it's only 900 armor. Oh no, I think I gave my armor away. Like this, I found. This is really nice. For that level, you know, for those lower end gears. I think these were my gloves before. So, you know, it was quite easy for me to, you know, collect more currency this league round for myself because of the Juggernaut ascendancy. It just allows you to do more. But yeah, so I was doing that 0 run. I was doing that 0 runs. I got these. I got another couple. I think I sold them. I got one in here. But I got a whole bunch of Exiles again. I had 4 saved up, and I decided to buy the Atzeri Disfavor. I did not buy it 6 link. I bought it unidentified because it was the cheapest to buy unidentified without having to, you know, spend 2 to 3 Exiles on a very weak one. So I bought unidentified and I identified it, and it was like this. This is near perfect. I think it's high rolls. And then I got lucky. Well, I didn't really get lucky with 6 linking it. It took me a lot of fusings, but I got it. I didn't need the 6 link because I had this 6 link. So I was just literally saving fusings and just, you know, spamming on this. But as far as this axe basically allows you to do whatever the hell you want, and you don't need like these offensive notes. You don't need these offensive notes. I had these before. You don't need these. Or if you're a mace, you'd take these though, I guess. But yeah. So I'll try to show you. I'll do this map for you, and I'll try to show you. Oh, this is quiet. This might be a problem. Okay, we'll see. So I'll try to show you me using like all the different skills so that you can see. But right now, this is not your ideal links to swap skills around. But this is what I found best for Earthquake. Earthquake, less duration, melee fizz, fortify. I always keep fortify on my main attacks. I used to have it on leap slam, but as I said, I treat this like hardcore. I don't want to die. Added fire and increased AoE, and you would swap out increased AoE for Conquervect. But I just got this to 20%. So ideally what you'd want is 1 green in here. You would want 1 green, and you can literally swap out for any of these skills. Static strike, yeah, I've been playing. I love static strike. I've been playing with static strike. You can use heavy strike, but I haven't. You would need to take this out and then have a red for melee splash. You can play with ice crash, infernal blow, cleave, wild strike if you have 2 greens. Ground slam, unfortunately, it's an axe, so I cannot use it. Sweep, I'm sure I have sweep somewhere. Sunder, another great skill. Sweep, there we go. Sweep. Yeah. So, should I swap them around now? I could swap them around and just, you know what, I will. Just for the video. You can just swap out added fire for faster attacks, I guess. So I need 1. It's difficult. Oh, okay, got it in one go. I was gonna say sometimes it's difficult to get that green. You can also use Cyclone. Where is my Cyclone? Yeah, you can use Cyclone, and you just use it without faster attacks. Yeah, so let's do this. Fortify, melee, melee fizz. So I'll just show you Earthquake first. Let's put in faster attacks. Hold on, let's put in this faster attack spell. Let me show you my other gem links real quick. Just very, very basic leap slam with endurance charge on melee stun. If you're gonna use enduring cry, specifically you don't need this, but it does help. Faster attacks, and I attach it to blood magic just because I don't want any issues with getting out. This is a needed 4 link for me. There's nothing to change there. This helps me greatly. This 4 link, Enduring Cry, increased burning damage, Herald of Ash, Hatred. You don't need increased burning damage, but with Earthquake, the overkill damage is quite nice, and it actually does a lot of damage, Herald of Ash. And since I have spare sockets, I might as well. 4 link, casting damage taken as low as possible, but I wanted Enfeeble to be level 7 just because it gets, I think, is it the accuracy or the crit strike or something? It goes up 1%, so I just level 7 and 3. You want it as low as possible. With increased duration, and then Blood Rage. So that the increased duration affects the Enfeeble and the Blood Rage. You don't have to use Blood Rage. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Blood Rage. Especially not with Earthquake, because the Leech is not that great with Earthquake anyway. I like the tankiness. I take Blood Rage out sometimes, depending on the map mods. Like less health regen or Desecrated Ground. But again, you don't use Immortal Call. If you was using Immortal Call, you'd want to have the highest level cast when damage taken with it, with increased duration. But I don't need. I cannot use it with this because of this. But if I take these 2 out, I'll probably use it. Although I don't know, I have 90% physical damage reduction anyway, so there's no need. Well, anyway, that's for another time. I'll try that out. Now this 6 link, to be honest, you could use a complete AoE spell skill, maybe for example Earthquake, and have another blue and put item rarity, and then use this 6 link. But anyway, this is spare. So what I've done, and you can rearrange some of these if you really need like a decoy totem. But let me just show you what I've done here. So I got the stone golem with the ancestral protector. These are all linked together with culling strike. These are not needed. This is just pure bonus, just because I have a 6 link. But that when you're against like a tier 14 foul boss or whatever it's called, and then they have so much HP and then they just die, it's like it saves a lot of time. I have them to blood magic just because once you use all your auras, your Hatred and your Herald of Ash, you don't really have much mana. 151 mana. And this like cost 187 mana, which is quite a lot. That's actually more than I've got. Interesting. Oh well, I guess if you took out blood magic, it would cost less, right? 95. There you go. 95, which takes off a hell of a lot. And this, it costs like 12 or something like that. But so you don't ever have to worry. You can spam it, and your ancestral protector, you can spam it. And then I've got minion life and minion taunt resist. It actually makes them fairly tanky. I used to have fortify with it instead of culling strike. That's very good as well. It makes them even more tanky. But I just wanted culling strike because I mainly only use it for the bosses anyway. But yeah, so that's the gears. Now I'll bring along. What have I got here? Sweep. Sunder. Bring along Cyclone. I'll need the multi-strike. I did fire. What else would I need? Let's take along Static Strike. With Static Strike, you'd use physical to lightning. Ice Crush. I'm not gonna bother bringing Cleave, but you get the idea. You can use whatever you want, really. If I'm gonna use Cyclone, now what would it be? Cyclone, increased AoE. Yeah, melee fizz. Added fire, and then what would my last one be? Weapon elemental. Do I have that? Where is it? Okay, so this boss, I'll show you this boss. He does a lot of physical damage. I believe his tornadoes are pure physical. Oh, he's gonna do extra fire damage. And 2 unique bosses. Wow. Okay. Since I've just leveled and this is not hardcore, we'll go for it. This has desecrated ground, so I'm not going to use Blood Rage, but I'll show it to you briefly anyway, me using Blood Rage. So for this, okay, this is, again, I treat it like hardcore, so I like to take 2 roughly defensive flasks. I have a lot of flasks. I'm going to take should I take this one for the extra leech? Yes, I will. And then for this, wait, there's nothing to remove freezing. I usually don't like to do that. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh well, if I get frozen, unlucky. I need something that removes curses. This boss spams curses on you, so I would like to take them off as much as possible. Will I really need this? With 2 bosses, I should probably be careful, right? Okay. So, let's go for it. Alright, wait. Okay. So I'll swap the skills around during... Yeah, okay. Oh, my damage, so it's on the Juggernaut. My damage is 31k without any bonuses, but when I'm against any boss I always use this, which builds it to 37.4. I also use Conk Effect. Let me show you the damage. 60k. That's with Blood Rage. 64 with 3 endurance charges. I don't know what it got. I can't really remember what it goes up to, but it's more than enough to take down bosses. Anyway, let's do this academy map. I'll try to run through it quickly. Swap around the skills so that you can see you can literally use what you want. In terms of what the best skills are, I would say Earthquake, Sunder, and Cyclone. They're just very all-round skills. So I'm using my Blood Rage with this. And it went up to 49k without Conk Effect. So as you can see, you pretty much one-shot everything. So you can hit and walk. This skill is by far stronger than every other melee skill. But I don't feel like this needs a nerf. I feel like the others just need a buff. So, as you can see, I'm one-shotting things. I think I just killed a yellow earlier. I'll try and find another one and kill him with Earthquake. Oh, so here I would use Culling Strike. And as you can see, that's without Conk Effect. But what I'm going to do here is, let's swap the skid out now. So we'll use, let's use my favorite, Sweep. Multi-strike I need for that, not restoration. See, that's all you have to swap out. And then you have Sweep. And again, Sweep, you can just put in Conk Effect. I'm not going to use my Blood Rage for this. So, just because of this. Desecrate ground. And you also get more damage when you're at max endurance charges. So ideally you want to be staying at 7. This is actually my favorite skill. Sweep. Too bad it doesn't compare to the Earthquake. Oh, this is the boss. Okay, I don't want to fight the boss just yet. I want to show you all the skills first. Okay, so that was Earthquake. That was Sweep. Let me just show you one more. Right. Next one I'll show you. What else did I take along? Ice Crash. Ice Crash doesn't work with multi-strike. This lags. Ice Crash lags. So as you can see, you can use Ice Crash as well. Okay, that's Ice Crash. Next I'll show you Static Strike. I also really love Static Strike. Where's Static Strike? Who's hitting? Hey, where is it? Went on to team. So for Static Strike though, it would be a bit different. I'll use physical to lightning because you don't really need to increase the AoE for this. Alright, I'll show you Static Strike. This is all without Blood Rage as well, yeah. I just showed you Earthquake.
I cannot do this yet.
Something was. Did he have Reflect? I did not see. So you can see the bleeding and the burning together does so much. Static Strike is also very good when you've got a lot of life leech for single targets. Oh wait, just realised I'm not. Didn't put in multi-strike. Whoops. Alright, let's show you it again. I really do like this skill. I just like the sound, the look. Alright, next one. What have I not showed you? Oh, so let's get onto Sunder. Sunder is a great skill. Sunder was on this side, wasn't it? Yeah, this is it. Right, so for Sunder, multi-strike, yeah. New one. So with Sunder, you have increased AoE, and I'm going to show it with Conk Effect. Because actually there is very, very little drawback to using Conk Effect. Ouch. So, this is Sunder. So as you can see, you destroy trash mobs. Yeah, so it's really about the boss in the end, because even with this, you know, the little damage that I've taken on the tree, you get through these mobs easy. But let me just quickly show you Conk Effect. And it increases the damage a lot. And then it almost feels like there is no drawback. They come in. Horrendous. Here comes the lag. Look at this lag. And this skill is insanely safe. Sunder is also one of my favorite skills now. There's not much not to like about this skill. But anyway. Wait, let's just continue. Maybe I'll just go fight the boss. Actually, before I do, let me show you Cyclone. So, for Cyclone, ideally you would want 2 greens. Ideally. But we don't have that. But this is just as good anyway. We don't want Conquer Effect though. So Fortify, Melee Fizz, added Fire, and then you have the spare red. Now you can, for bosses, you can add in Bloodlust, which is insane with Conquer Effect, the amount of damage, just because this makes them bleed. But for this sake, I will use Weapon Elemental. So what's good about Cyclone is that actually you end up getting more damage than the rest. So this is 48k without Conquer Effect. Cyclone is just an all-round great skill. I'll just kill a few mobs before I fight the boss with it. It also leeches very well. And it's a movement skill, so it's very easy to clear maps with it. As you can see, I almost one-shotted that yellow with it. So it's a fair bit stronger. Just because you don't need multi-strike. That's what makes it stronger. Where's all the mobs? And then also you can take movement speed flasks, which increase your runtime even more. I like Cyclone just because. Oh, what does he want? Keep the hostage alive. I'm not gonna do this quest unless he's on my way. I'll just go to the boss. Where is the boss? Okay. Right. So I gotta remember now. What is the stats on this for the boss? Double boss. Yeah, extra fire damage, increased monster damage, which I believe goes to the boss as well. Elemental weakness, okay. Gotta keep my endurance charges up. Right, so for this, I definitely want Conquer Effect. Okay, just in case I die. This things on the floor makes me lag sometimes. Hopefully I will not die for this video. Where is he?
I cannot do this yet.
There he is. So these I believe do physical damage, and I can stand in all of it, including the Desecrate Ground, as you saw there. And then when being hit, you saw how much the leech was going. I only potted, I believe, once health potion. Just don't really need it with the leech from this. I use this just for extra measures, and then stop them from cursing me. And that's how easy that can be. Yeah, this build just is really good. Very, very good for hardcore as well. I'd be very comfortable doing this in hardcore. I should mention though, this helmet, by the way, I feel like it's not really needed unless you are running Cyclone. And since I was running Cyclone for a very long time, I got this. But it's still a very good helmet. There's, it's not worse, it's not better. I think it's just different. But or you could go for a high armor roll, like the other helmet I have. But yeah, I mean that's the build. You can use any skill you want, as you saw. You don't need Immortal Call, so you don't need that 4-link setup for it. If you didn't have a 6-link to do this, you don't even need Ancestral Protector. You don't even need that. The Golem is very nice though. I will give credit to this Stone Golem. It does help you a lot. And if you don't run Blood Rage, as I didn't there, you saw my damage is perfectly fine, regardless, you know, what it adds. My damage is fine to take down these bosses, and without using it, I don't get that life per second taken away. But you know, you can use it. You don't have to. It's up to you. But you don't need Ancestral Protector, in which case you wouldn't need Culling Strike and these things. But the Golem, you know, I hate having to re-summon it. You could attach it to a cast when damage taken setup if you wanted, or just have it in another 4-link maybe with Blood Magic and these two. Yeah, I mean, you have many options. You know, when you don't need to use Immortal Core. I mean, I guess you could use, what's that thing, Molten Shell. But again, I have 90% physical damage reduction, so it's not needed. Just, if you cannot get the Dex and Intelligence from this is a lot of intelligence I'm getting from this. And then I get the Dex for Blood Rage. But again, for faster attacks, you only need, I think, 111. Compared to this, where you need 155 for level 20. But anyway, yeah, that's the build. Let me know what you think.